artist inspired or something that was natural for you?
Okay, I'm letting you know right now this is a long story
We love long stories, please.
because I'm the old guy here. So it started for me back in the 60s, of course, watching The Adventures of Superman.
Nice.
And then, which was a TV show about Superman way, way, way back in the day. And these young guys probably don't, you've probably never seen Adventures of Superman, have you? Have you ever seen the old TV show, The Adventures of Superman?
Is that the black and white one?
Yeah, with George Reeves
Yeah.
in the baggy outfit. Okay. So
Yeah, I saw the Ben Affleck movie about it, but I actually haven't seen the actual.
oh, Hollywood Kryptonite, yeah. So anyway, in comic books in 1964, I remember picking up my first comic was World's Finest because it got Superman and Batman for 12 cents. I thought that was a bargain.
Wow.
So that started it all. Once I had that, it was I was really, really into it and knew that's what I wanted to do as a living. So my first artist that inspired me was Kurt Swan. And luckily, I got to meet him on several occasions. And he was really, really a super guy, pun intended. And so that was the start of it. And then as I got a little bit older, like everybody, I got into Marvel. And then John Buscema, Maurice Severin, Gene Colan, so many of them. Maurice Severin was a big influence because she told me that I could do both superhero and cartooning because I loved both.
Okay.
So it was really thanks to her because I would get those Not Brand X, and then I would see her do the Hulk, and I'd go, "This is amazing! She can do both."
Wow.
And so that kind of always stayed in the back of my mind. So that my goal was I wanted to do comics for a career course, and I went to the University of Indianapolis and got a BA degree. And it took a while. My first time trying to get into comics did not go well.
Well, that's inspiring for anyone who's trying to get into it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I millions of stories of how people were just tore apart and left by the road, and that happened to me. But you sort of brush yourself off, you redo your pages, and you try again. So it wound up that I got on with Garfield before I got into doing comic books.
Okay.
And I was running around Indianapolis in tights and a cape as Captain Cartoon. So I had World War II flying ace helmet, goggles, sneakers, in red glitter. And
Photos or footage of this?
there used to be footage. There's now photos, but very few left. But that got me on a local TV show called Cowboy Bob's Corral. And he would show cartoons during the afternoon for kids. So I went on his show a couple times. How I got on was to do his caricature.
Okay.
So he brought me on the show. Well, it turned out that a promotion he was doing was for the huge advertising agency. And Tom Hughey was the voice of John in the Garfield TV specials. So I tell my students, I said, whatever you think, you might think you're doing something that's not going to amount to anything. You never know. And so from there, I sent my stuff up, and then Jim had me come up for an interview. Now, the one mistake I made was it was like 99 degrees out in Indiana that day, and I had a car with no air conditioning. So I did not wear the costume underneath like I should have, and I appeared there, and the first thing he asked me is, "Where's Captain Cartoon?" And Jim Davis told me years later he almost didn't hire me because I didn't wear the outfit. So I should have sweated it out, but anyway, it worked out. And so I started working for Jim in 1983, working on the comic strip and all kinds of merchandise. And then in 2003 or 4, I went freelance for Jim so I could move to Florida and teach at Ringling. I was an adjunct instructor there for 15 years, and I just made full-time last year.
Wow.
So.
Very cool. So do you still do any freelance album, any comics, anything you're working on now? Anything?
Well, I still do the Garfield strip. I do half of it. Jim has brought in somebody else, so we alternate weeks. And some of the comic stuff we're doing now is I also teach a class with 3 other faculty members, meanwhile. And the class, we go through portfolio reviews and pick 16 to 18 students.
Oh, nice.
And then they each draw 2 pages. And George Pratt, an amazing illustrator, was the one that came up with the name and concept for Meanwhile. That meanwhile, while this is happening, this is happening. So it makes sense to have the 2 pages each for each student. They all do a cover, and then we pick what we think is the best cover, and then the second best for the back cover. And we've been doing this we got issue 11 out now, and we're getting ready to start issue 12 in fall. So we take these to comic conventions, and sometimes we take our students with us. We try to, if it kind of is going on during the school year, and we pass these out and let students talk to the prospective students of the future.
Carrying forward your passion for comics to your students.
Right.
Awesome, man.
And I don't have to do as much work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, that's sort of how it came to here. So
Any way, website, social media wise, people can stay up to date, or maybe take part in your class, you know?
well, the class,
Sign or anything online or anything like that?
right at the moment, no. If they see us at comic conventions, you know, we'll be glad. The faculty are glad to sign stuff there.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm on Instagram and Facebook and that kind of stuff. So I still don't understand Instagram. So it makes no sense to me. It is not friendly to artists.
All right. Well, Gary, thank you so much for sharing your wonderful stories. You know?
Oh, well, thank you.